Hello and welcome to this video tutorial about scheduling time on spectrometers in Sesame. Today we will be working in the sundial module. To begin, let's open a spectrometer schedule. Go to the main window in Sundial and in the menu bar select Search. Go to Schedule. In the side menu, let's search by billing period. Select the lab from the drop-down menu if it is not already selected. Now, select the billing period. We could specify a spectrometer here, but we'll leave this with the asterisks. Click Search, and the schedules now show for all the lab spectrometers for this billing period in the search results tree. To open a schedule, find the spectrometer you want to view and double-click on the calendar date range that is listed under the spectrometer node. The schedule view now opens in the board. The headers here are green, signaling that the schedule is open and may be modified. When a spectrometer schedule is closed, the headers show in red. I'll switch to a closed schedule to show this. You may switch between this monthly calendar view and a daily view by doing a single click on the light green header at the top of the calendar day. You can see scheduled time slots are listed some days. A Y icon appears in daily headers when the current user has a time slot on that day. To reserve a time slot in the schedule, the user must have a time request that is already submitted or accepted. I'll show a sample of a time request here. Time requests specify experiment details and are made for a specific spectrometer and a specific billing period. Setting up time requests is covered in a separate tutorial video. The open time slots show highlighted in gray and are titled Open. To reserve an open time slot, double-click on the date and the open time slot you wish to schedule. The time slot opens in the board. This user has only one matching time request and it is automatically linked to the time slot and auto-populates some fields. Set the date and time for your time slot. If you are taking the whole open time slot, the start and end times are set by default. Otherwise, you have to modify them accordingly. Users may enter in the start and the end time, and then the duration will be calculated. Alternatively, users may enter the start time and the duration, and the end time will be calculated. I'll change the duration to 6 hours, and you can see that the time changes automatically from 6 p.m. to 4 p.m. Right now, I haven't yet reserved this time, and you can see under the field State that the time slot is marked Available. To reserve this time slot, under the time slot menu, choose Sign Up for Time. Now, in the State field, this time slot is taken. I will close this here and go to the monthly schedule. Now you can see that the time slot is reserved in the schedule on December 12th. When making a time slot reservation, if the user has multiple time requests, these will automatically open in a separate window on the board along with the time slot. I will demonstrate this by switching to a different spectrometer here, where I have a few time requests. I'll double-click on an open time slot. The time slot now automatically opens in the board along with a window containing a list of all applicable time requests. I will choose a time request and drag and drop that into the time slot window. Now the time slot auto-populates with some of the time request information here. I'll sign up for December 7th from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I just received an incorrect start or end time error. That's because this time slot has already been taken. An error message may also appear if another user took the time slot or part of it at the same time that you are trying to reserve it. You may check for any current changes in the schedule by reloading it. Do this by pressing the refresh button with the calendar icon and green arrows here. I'll move on to showing how to modify, cancel, or build recurring time slot reservations. To shorten a time slot, double-click on the taken time slot to open the record. I'll open this reserved time slot, December 15th, taken from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or 1600. I want to shorten this to 8 a.m. to 12 noon and to cancel the time from 12 noon to 4 p.m. I'll enter 12 noon to 4 p.m. or 1600 hours and now choose Cancel from the time slot menu. Looking into the calendar, this time slot is now shortened. To extend a time slot, there must be an open time slot next to it, and the user may simply reserve that additional time. I'll demonstrate that here. I have a time slot already on December 19th, and I'll double-click on the time slot next to it. I'll choose the time to take, and select Sign Up for Time in the time slot menu. Now, going back to the calendar, you can see that my time has been extended on this day. Because this time extension was made from the same project and time request, the time slot just added is incorporated into the earlier reservation and now shows as one longer scheduled time slot. If you were to be scheduling through a different project and different time request, this would show as two separate scheduled time slots. To cancel a time slot, open the taken time slot from the schedule and in the time slot menu select Cancel or use the Cancel button with the red X here. Now the time slot is canceled. We can see this also from the schedule view. When you are canceling a time slot, please keep in mind that some of the recipient labs may require advanced release or penalties may occur. You may also use a taken time slot as a template to reserve an additional time slot. This is a simple option for creating recurring reservations. Open the taken time slot and modify necessary details. For example, I'll take this December 7th time slot and request the same time a week later on December 14th. I'll just change the date. The other details, times, and connected time requests remain the same. Now, I'll reserve the time slot. This time, I'll use the button bar and click on this clock icon to sign up for time. Looking at the calendar view, we can see the additional time slot is now reserved on December 14th. Several features, reports, and searches may be helpful in your scheduling work. You may single-click on a time slot in a schedule and additional details will appear in the bottom bar of the window. For an open time slot, the whole available date and time displays. Sometimes time slots may stretch over multiple days. When you single-click on a taken time slot, additional details show, including who assists and the probe. This feature is available in both the monthly and daily schedule views. To highlight all your time slots in the active schedule, go to Search in the board's menu bar and select by time slot. You may also indicate if you would like to see time slots that are scheduled with a particular spectrometer assistant by selecting the name from the drop-down list. For now, we will leave this blank. Now, all time slots for the current user on this schedule are highlighted in orange. To clear the highlighting, select Clear Selection. You may also search and open time slots on the main window and sundial and work with them directly without working through the schedule view. This may be a quicker option for your work. To search for all your reserved time slots, select Search in the menu bar and select Time Slots by User. Select the billing period and press Search. Now, your time slots are listed in the search results tree. Double-click on the result to open up the time slot for review or any changes. Another method of searching is using the button bar. Choose Schedule in the drop-down list and select from the buttons to the right. Let's search for all available open time slots. I'll uncheck the Today Only box. Double-click on one of the results in the node in the search tree to begin a new time slot request. You may also right-click on the search tree results on this spectrometer schedule node for some advanced searching. When I choose for time slots by user, all of my scheduled slots are returned. I may double-click on any to review or to make updates. You may run some additional reports from the main window in Sundial. Go to Report in the menu bar and scroll to Schedule. Select Spectrometer Status to view all of the status notes from the spectrometers at the lab of interest. Or go to Current Open Time Slots to view all of the current open time slots available. Keep the box checked to see Today Only. Choose Open Time Slots and select a billing period to see open time slots. You may run some of the same reports from the board. The difference between reports and searches made out of the main window in Sundial and out of the board in Sundial is that the reports in the board are restricted to the particular active schedule, while the reports in the main window allow the user to set additional parameters. You can see I have the Telemark spectrometer schedule open in the board here. To create a report of all open time periods available in this particular schedule, select Report in the main menu bar and choose Open Time Slots. For a report of all your taken time slots, go to Report and select My Time Slots. Any of these reports may be saved into a CSV file for further uses. In the Table Report menu, select Save Table File. The CSV file may then be opened by various spreadsheet programs. To close the Schedule window, under Schedule in the main menu, select Close Schedule, or click X in the Windows title bar. Some schedules may also be seen using a browser. For example, the NMR FAMS schedules. Live web schedules are view-only, but may still be modified via Sundial. Thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial video, and please refer to help pages on the Sesame website with any further questions.